And I'm Ewan.
And this week we're talking about biscuits. Like many comedians over the past 6 months, we've been doing a lot of bored snacking. And one of the best snacks for boredom is biscuits, because they take up less room than a cake, and you also feel less guilty when you say, I've eaten 6 biscuits, as opposed to 6 slices of cake.
Or 6 cakes, depending on how bored you are.
You can even double up some biscuits as a handy vessel for cheese and chutney, turning an unhealthy snack into an unhealthy meal.
Or you could really add grapes or celery if you really do hate yourself.
Well, whoever said there's no such thing as a bad biscuit has never been in a relationship, hello, and having to share a hotel room, in a fairly posh hotel where they give you complimentary biscuits, and you're having to divvy up the choices they've given you. But let's just say, when I, Ginger, snap,
I give them the Viennese finger.
So we thought that we would compile this handy list, this useful guide, as it were, to the worst biscuits that are available in Britain today.
So here is the top 10 worst biscuits in the UK.
And remember, you can always pick up the biscuit chat in the comments and break away to let us know your least favourites or your favourites, and let us know if you agree with our choices. Coming in at number 10. That's 20. 10.
Oh, yeah.
Number 10.
Big hands.
Way down in the list is this biscuit, and it's served on the list because it isn't actually British. It's not likely to be found on the shelves at Asda anytime soon, and I actually flipping love them. Because it reminds me of Rusks. Rusks, the best biscuit, with a sandwich of Nutella in between. Yum, 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 yum. And I first discovered it when I was living in France in the 90s. I was a vegetarian then, and I used to say it was the only thing that I would eat with a face.
It is, of course, the BN biscuit.
You hate them so much you made it go in this top 10.
They're just vile and disgusting and evil, and I think it should be at the top of this list, not at the bottom.
But, they're fast becoming a lucrative sideline for the man in the van hopping over to the hypermarché in Calais. Fill your van up, Derek! Get the BN biscuits in! And they're called BN biscuits after Biscuiterie Nantaise, who make them. And but it's the word that sounds like bien in French, which means well or good, because they're well good. But ça va bien, merci. Mm. And just look at that cute smiling face.
That isn't a cute face. That is never. It's the same kind of smiley joy brought to you by the Stave Puft Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusters. And that's because it is evil.
The evil face.
With an evil food.
Let's move swiftly on to number 9.
Okay,
So number 9 is going to be controversial because it is the most biscuity of biscuits. And when a foundation colour is named biscuit, this is the biscuit they're thinking of, which, if you put it the other way around, it's terrifying. Here is a flesh-coloured biscuit. Do your pun.
I just thought, it's a flesh-coloured biscuit if you are from our heritage. Otherwise, really isn't. But anyway.
Do a compare. Hold up to my face. I am the palest of biscuits. I'm the palest of skin tones. There you go. What do you think?
Donna. Which singer sang hello? Is it tea you're looking for?
That will be Lionel Richie. It really is the most basic of biscuits and the most basic of biscuit puns. But tell me, Ewan, why does it get the bad press?
Because it is fundamentally unsuited for the job that it was designed for. I mean, they're just so weak when you dip them I mean, you give them the full 5 seconds, they're going to break and disappear in. They're a terrible biscuit. I don't like them.
Did you say there were reviews of these biscuits?
Not yet, but I'm about to. That's so bad. You should see the reviews.
Hang on, people review these biscuits, but where?
That'll be Dip Advisor.
Have you got one?
Yes. Here's one from Tesco's. They're okay.
Doesn't sound okay.
I know, but I'm crying. They break. Often as if they are broken in the pack. Otherwise, they break when they are dunked and fall into your tea. 2 stars.
2 stars? That's the Jack Whitehall of biscuits. And similarly, very popular. Nonetheless. Look, clearly, like, when Brian Logan goes to see Jack Whitehall, he's expecting a more robust kind of thing than Jack Whitehall is supposed to give. But fans of Jack Whitehall and the fans of Rich Tea are, in fact, fans of the lack of robustness. I mean, have they never heard of tea dueling?
Tea dueling? I've heard of it.
We should dunk Jack Whitehall in some tea. It'd be very good then.
When you wrote this, was you thinking of Jack White from the White Stripes? As in the duo?
No.
As in 2 stars?
No. I was thinking of Jack Whitehall, the comedian who gets
The
2
good-
stars. Indeed. And if you haven't heard of tea dueling, it is an actual game which is played at steampunk conventions, whereby duelists challenge each other to dunk a biscuit in tea for 5 whole seconds, then retrieve said biscuit, and then they have to try and bite into it whole. But there's more points if the longer they wait, so you have to get a clean nom, as it were. And if you want to fancy looking at the rules for tea dueling, something to do while you're bored during lockdown, then you can check out mookiechick.co.uk, and all of the rules are there.
Rules for eating biscuits. That's so you.
Meanwhile, you're such a maverick, you don't even break a Kit Kat into fingers.
They're mittens. They're not gloves.
Okay, number 8. Right, this biscuit very much used to be, but it's not now.
Not what?
Nice.
I thought you were a francophile. You know it's not nice, it's niece.
I have nephews.
That joke was delivered to you by sacrificing Sophia and all of Neil's family. So, are you saying they're not nice anymore?
They're not nice anymore. I used to love them in the 1980s, and used to like get a very subtle coconut flavour in the biscuits, and that like lovely dusting of sugar on the outside, which really fizzed on your tongue when you bit into the biscuit. But now, because biscuits are made with so much cheaper ingredients, they're just, there's no sugar on the top either. They're just a greasy little biscuit.
Actually, the Happy Shopper ones are quite coconut and sugary. Really good.
They're not as sugary as they used to be. They used to sparkle.
Fair enough.
And the actual original Nice biscuits should be made by a number of different European manufacturers, and the original ones are supposed to either be made by a company called Arnott's, and Huntley and Palmer also claim to have made the original ones as well. So it probably dates back to the late 1890s.
Ooh.
And it was first listed as a biscuit by the Army and Navy Co-op. But I think the niceness of the Nice biscuit really depends on those ingredients, and now they're full of flipping palm oil. So it's horrible.
So, what other French towns do you think they should be named after now they're no longer nice enough for Nice?
Anus.
Well, I suppose it does have 4 letters. Next!
Right, number 7. Controversial all the way is the Lotus Biscoff.
It's because no one ever thinks of buying these, because they're always given away free when you buy a cup of coffee.
Yeah, coffee shops. When we go in and we order 2 cups of tea and 2 slices of carrot cake, why are you thinking, oh, they've ordered 2 slices of carrot cake? Better give them some biscuits that taste of burnt sugar, so they can eat that if they don't want to eat the actual cake that they've actually ordered.
Which is why I always give mine to you.
Yeah, and then I just put it in my handbag, and then 6 months later I just find all these little plastic wrappers full of biscuit dust. I know, I think the people who manufactured like this new Biscoff spread must have thought, oh, that's a brilliant idea. Let's get all these packets of biscuit dust that we've got, mix it with some lard, and then you've got Biscoff spread, and then people can put that on better biscuits.
So you're saying the manufacturers of Biscoff spread are scouring the world for ladies' handbags to find biscuit dust?
I can't see what else they'd be doing.
I always wondered what you kept in there.
Yeah. Biscuit dust.
People do seem to like it, though.
Oh, it's because people are wrong. It's the Mrs. Brown boys of spreads. Right, next. 6. Alright, number 6 is not to be confused with the delicious Pink Panther wafers. They you bought they're delicious Pink Panther wafers. This is not these. These are pink and whites.
And not dunkable. All biscuits should be dunkable. That just dissolves into mush.
So we're now also rejecting the pink wafers, which are nice. It's certainly barely a biscuit. It's like 2 slices of very thin wafer filled with gunk. And that gunk is supposed to be mallow. Never trust mallow without the prefix marsh. If you tried to hold these over a campfire, they wouldn't even set fire because they're asbestos. Squidgy asbestos.
It's clear you hate them, but why so much?
Oh, because years and years of being at swimming groups, they push pink and whites at you as this miracle biscuit that you can eat because they're so low in fat and calories. And that's because they're basically wall insulation. Let's move on.
Talking about low-calorie biscuits...
What's number 5?
5 party rings!
I'm so glad you're with me on these. I can remember seeing these on tables at birthday parties, and the colours were so enticing. They were really exciting, bright colours. And then you would bite into them, and what are they like?
Rocks! They break your teeth!
This is why all 70s children have fillings. They are so hard. And they taste like they've been left in your nan's cupboard. For a year, in a tin with a loose-fitting lid. And then that familiar tang that says, you know, rainy afternoons on a Sunday and black mould. And sugar.
I've got another review here. The texture is very hard, and the sugar are too much. My teeth nearly fell out after eating a whole pack of party rings.
A pack?
A whole pack.
A pack?
Oh, I don't think his English is his first language. Stop being mean.
Stop eating a whole pack of party rings!
Rating, 2 stars.
That's addiction for you, isn't it? Like, just Tesco customer. Look, when the fun stops, stop.
And here we have number 4.
4!
And it's a classic biscuit. It gives me indigestion. This is a classic biscuit that unfortunately seems to be dying down in popularity.
Like this.
on its back with its legs and feet in the air. But I love them.
Dead fly biscuits! These again are biscuits that could be nice that were made properly, but they're basically just crap ingredients, and the proximity of the flies to the surface during bacon, you just make them taste burnt.
I do quite love them.
I think we would miss them though if they did disappear off the shelves.
Are they endangered?
Bald Garys are endangered. Because babies are generally bald and there are no baby Garys these days.
No, but there are a lot of middle-aged men who are bald and called Gary.
Yes, but like the plot of P.D. James's Children of Men, they will not be replaced when they go.
That almost makes me want to eat them.
Hang on, should I mention that they were named after the Italian general Giuseppe Garibaldi?
No, because that's a boring fact.
Right, let's move on. Oh, number three! Number three. Number three takes one of my favourites and makes it very annoying.
You mean, like when the All Saints took the song Under the Bridge and re-recorded it? That was really annoying.
So exactly, in the video for Under the Bridge, as recorded by All Saints, you've got 4 women dancing round a big hole in a building where something more substantial used to be, and it's the same for these biscuits.
So you've now got 4 women dancing around a biscuit in a nightclub?
Way more than 4 women. It's women who are happy to pay more for less biscuit. Now, I'm not calling these women thick. I am. But neither are they thin, because they're still basically buying biscuits. It's the buying biscuits that's your issue. Look, just don't add to your chagrin by paying 81p per 100 grams instead of 55p.
Have you mentioned what the biscuit is yet?
It is digestive thins. Sure, if you want to buy normal biscuits, sure, just buy a normal pack of biscuits and eat less of them if you can control yourself. But,
I can't. I've put on so much weight.
I wonder why. The thing that gets me riled is just that it's the same people make a smaller version of this biscuit. And they make it a diet version of the product, and
It's still covered in chocolate.
it's still covered in chocolate, it's still a biscuit. They make it's a diet genius that will stop you from actually consuming all the calories, all the empty calories, because there's no flipping nutrition in them whatsoever. It's just sugar and energy, and then they'll just slap some more profit margin on it, and then you're gullible idiots. You just gobble them all down, and along with all the disappointment, because you actually wanted an actual biscuit.
You're right. I mean, to be fair, it's not the marketing that bothers me. It's the chocolate. They've just got the perfect biscuit and ruined it with chocolate. And the trouble is, when you have them, you get a horrible film on the top of your tea, like Waterworld.
We're nearly there. Number 2! 2!
A lot of people are going to hate me for this one. But even worse than BM biscuits, nothing worse than BM biscuits, is the American invention, and number 2 in our list, the Oreo.
Even though they sound like Oreos, which are around your nipples. Generations of Americans have gone to bed with a having a glass of milk and a cookie, and these are the cookies they mean. And you're not going to like this, but we British, we gave you a much better bedtime drink.
Yeah. Sir William Horlicks, born in the Forest of Dean in 1846, emigrated to the USA in 1869, and shortly after he started making a malted milk drink. And what was it called?
Ovaltine?
Oreo lovers, you're fucking weird.
That'll do.
And your unfamiliar nostalgia, that's lost on us.
Yeah, we'd heard of Oreos for a long, long time before they came over here. But since, Mondelez took over our beloved Cadbury's factory, the Oreos, they're flipping everywhere. They're even in the flipping chocolate bars.
And they're horrible. They look as if they should taste of chocolate, but they don't. They just taste of sugar.
Yeah, basically, Mondelez have ruined chocolate. Those biscuits just taste of brown. They taste of brown and salt. And a bit of sugar, but mainly brown and salt. I don't know why anyone actually would bother with them, because if you want a cheap chocolate cream-filled biscuit, you're much, much better off going off with a
bourbon.
Yeah. Buy bourbons. They're better.
And cheaper.
There was a thing a while ago about Oreos being on this list of things called things that are accidentally vegan. But don't bother, guys, because they're full of palm oil. And it's not the most sustainable palm oil at all either. So it's a bit like saying that fox hunting is accidentally vegan, or punching an orangutan in the face is accidentally vegan. It's just not.
Not good. Not good.
So if the welfare of animals or even of humans are important to you, then it's worth checking out a list of products that are a little bit better for the environment and ethics. And I would recommend a place called Ethical Consumer to check those out. They list a lot of biscuits that are palm oil free, as well as the brands that use those most sustainable of sources for palm oil, and that includes some of our favourites like Jammy Dodgers and Viscounts.
Oh, I love a Viscount. But avoid Oreos.
They're not even kind to your mouth. Okay, number one. It's the moment of truth. What is our number one most disgusting, most disliked biscuit available to us in the shops of Britain right now?
To give everyone a clue, I want you to mime your experience of dunking this biscuit in your tea.
Show someone what it is.
It's the top cheese sandwich. Because it isn't cheese. Except it's kind of baby sick, wedged between two baby rusks. It's horrible. Oh, God. Actually, I do think I'm going to be sick. I've never dipped a tech before. And that was truly evil.
Anyway, would you like some online reviews?
Yes, please. Dip advisor, carry away.
Okay, this one says, horrible. Where are the chili ones, not the sandwich ones? 1 star.
Did they used to do chili ones?
I don't know. But did they do sandwich flavour ones? Is sandwich a flavour? Oh God, I can't read this one. These are really tasty. Why does Tesco stop suffering sugar-free biscuits? I am diabetic and enjoyed these. And cigar-free Mary Hand cookies. Now both unavailable. 5 stars.
It's 5 stars though, isn't it?
Oh, then there's this one. Hadn't had these for many years. used to be my before bed snack with a glass of milk and a banana. So I was looking forward to having them again to bring back happy memories. Took one bite and had to spit it out. You know how that feels.
Yeah, I do know that.
It was really awful, so dry, and the filling, what little there was of it, was there too little filling for you?
There was far too much of it.
Had no taste of cheese. Baby bomb? That the original ones had. Didn't they originally have more baby bomb?
I think they did. They did always say some baby bomb.
The rest of the packet was bind. Bind.
With one
but I will still have the memories of what they used to taste like. 1 star.
Nostalgic for vom with milk and banana.
Oh, and this one. My daughter bought these as a one-off and shared them with me. That was it. I was addicted.
She's giving them away. She's a kid. She's not being generous, is she?
I can easily eat a whole packet, but usually share them with my dog to ease my guilty conscience.
You should feel guilty. That poor dog.
Then there's this person, Organ Man. I like to be known as Organ Man. Is it because you play the organs or because you have swollen testicles?
With a nostalgic bedtime banana.
Clearly unsatisfied with the out of 5 star scoring system, he has put 10 out of 10. Yummy, very Moorish. Be warned, you might get hocked. Doesn't Moorish mean Moroccan?
Yeah, it does. And hock is a German wine.
Dry white wine.
Dry,
Very dry. Are these dry?
like dry retching.
Dry rich.
Nice.
But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this, the comedian's top bottom 10 of British biscuits.
Yes.
We've enjoyed it, haven't you?
Yeah, and don't feed them to your dog.
Oh, God.
That's really not worth it.
Poor dog. Anyway, do like, subscribe, share, tell the world, and we'll be back with another comedian's top bottom 10 very, very soon.